short and sweet video, because you guys probably know by now that I'm in the process of moving, and oh boy, I have a lot of stuff to do. So, but I still want to have a video on Saturday for you guys. I'm hoping either Tuesday or next Saturday's video is going to be my moving process video, and then showing you guys how I'm going to decorate my new room and all of that fun stuff. So definitely stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, all of that stuff, and that is coming. But for today, I thought I'd just do a short, sweet, simple little video, and I am going to talk about my first kiss experience. So I don't know why, I was thinking of it today. I think it's because I saw somebody who reminded me, and I was like, oh, cool. Anyways, long story short, I was in high school. I think I would have been about 14 or 15, which I feel like that's an okay age. Some people say it's too old, some people say it's too young. It worked for me. And I was dating this guy. I remember I had been dating, our entire relationship was only 6 months, and this is the first guy I dated, that wasn't, in, the schoolyard, we held hands one recess, and now we're boyfriend and girlfriend. This was my first, actual relationship. We went on dates and stuff relationship. So, the entire relationship had been 6 months, but I don't remember how long we had been dating at this point. I think it would have been about 3 months. So, remember I had been talking to my one friend, and actually I'm going to talk about how we started dating, because I remember I told my one friend I had a crush on this guy. And she was like, oh, that's really cool, because I'm pretty sure he has a crush on you too. And I was like, no, he doesn't. So I called him that night on my home phone, my landline, because, yeah. It was back then. It wasn't that long ago, but it was back then. So I called him on my landline, even though cell phones did exist, obviously. I remember being like, hey, I have a question to ask you, and, I'm really embarrassed to ask it, but, I'm just going to, and, you know what I mean? And this was, the first time I was going to ask a guy out, which, again, actually ask a guy out. And he was like, actually, I have a question to ask you, too, so, let's just do it at the same time. And I was like, okay. So we both turned around, and we're like, do you want to go out with each other? At, pretty much the same time. I was like, I'm thinking, yeah. So I started dating him. But I remember that the first kiss, he turned around to me. We were hanging out. We were just kind of, I don't even remember where we were, but I remember just kind of chilling together. I do remember being outside, because I remember there was a breeze, and it was a really, really nice day out, but I don't remember, where we were. And he just kind of kissed me. And I remember being like, pardon? And he's like, I remember him being like, I've always wanted to do that. I was like, okay. So it was kind of nice. I'm still friends with the guy. I obviously don't have any feelings for him left, because I dated him, a long time ago. A really long time ago. So, but, I'm still friends with him. He's one of the only relationships I have that we broke up, but we're still able to, have a healthy, friendship afterwards. I still talk to him every once in a while. We'll tell each other things about, our lives. We don't talk very often, but, I'm always happy to hear, about good things that are happening in his life. He talks to me about his girlfriend every once in a while, and the way he talks about her is honestly the way that, I hope my current boyfriend is talking about me to other people. So it's kind of nice, because a lot of people don't have, a healthy relationship with their ex, and I do, and I have another ex, though, that I unfortunately don't have any relationship with, which is kind of sad, because, that relationship was more, my first relationship. Your first relationship will always be significant, but he definitely wasn't in any way my first love. I didn't love him. I cared deeply for him, and he's still a friend of mine, but I never loved him. It sounds horrible, but, yeah. But then my first love, I don't have a relationship anymore, but it was kind of my, both of us had faults. I don't think that it was either one of us that said or did anything wrong that stopped us from, having a negative, or I guess zero relationship. It's not really negative, it just isn't there. But I think we're both kind of to blame, which it took me it didn't take me a really long time to accept that fact, but it took me a really long time to be okay with that fact. like, if I would think to myself, like, oh, I did something wrong, it would be like, I would almost be putting myself down. Like, oh, I did something so horribly wrong. Like, I'm a terrible person. But now looking back, I'm like, no, I was young. I didn't know any better. I learned from my mistakes. I can, take those mistakes into the next relationship. And I can also, look out for warning signs of things that I don't like in new relationships. So it did help. But it just really sucks that, like, that person had to be the one that gave me that experience because I did care so deeply for them. Does that make sense? Like, I kind of wish that I could have learned those experiences from someone that I didn't care about as much. Which I don't think you can. Like, I think to really learn life experiences, you have to care, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think I would have been able to learn. I did learn a lot of things from my first relationship. Both of us talked about it, and we did learn a lot about who we were as people and who we were in a relationship and what we wanted and what, we valued and what we, I guess, didn't value. So it was really helpful, but it just kind of sucks. And then I had a couple other relationships in between, but none of them were really worth talking about. That sounds horrible. I shouldn't put it that way because I don't know if any of those relationships, I don't think any of my relationships watch my YouTube videos, but like if you do and like you are an ex, it's not that I didn't care about you. Like, I guess you were a part of my life, but I don't think there's anything that I really would be interesting to share on camera. Yeah, so I have something on my eyelash and I can see it and it's bothering me. So I think I'm going to end the video there. If you guys want me to talk about any more of like my first experiences, and please be like family friendly because PG-13 people, don't ask anything super like bad. But I mean, if you want to know like what my first date was like, I guess I could talk about the first date with all of my relationships. If you want to hear about like, I don't know, my first crush, because that one's actually kind of an interesting story. I don't know, my first time riding a bike even, then just comment down below. Like I said, this video was really short and I don't know if anybody's going to be entertained by it, but I just thought that I'd come out and let you guys know that sometimes relationships don't work out, and that doesn't mean that you're a bad person, and it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. You just kind of have to take those experiences as they are, and honestly, the first person you kiss is probably not going to end up being the last. Like, if you are one of those people who, like, the first relationship you get into ends up being the one that, like, you stick with for the rest of your life, you're very, very lucky, and I'm very, very happy for you. But it doesn't normally turn out that way, and the best thing you can do is just learn from the person and hopefully take it with you into the future. So I think I'm going to end it there because I still have so much stuff I have to do. And then I think, like I said, hopefully either Tuesday or next Saturday will be the video of me organizing my bedroom, like decorating, moving in, all that fun stuff. So I love you guys. Please stay safe and healthy. Cheers.